Hello and welcome back. It's James Doyle-Roberts from Citrus Arts again here. Welcome back to Arts Active's Out of Doors program. Following on from our last tutorial where I taught you how to make and spin staffs, this tutorial is going to concentrate on us making flags. Hello again. As you will have seen from the demonstration there, a lot of the vocabulary and repertoire that we use for our flag spinning is very similar to the staff spinning repertoire that you would have seen in the other video. The thing that you wouldn't have heard because of the soundtrack just then is the fantastic noise that these flags make. We always use synthetic material, like polyester, quite shiny polyester, and it makes a noise like this. Also, it doesn't need to be as urgent or as percussive as that. It can make this beautiful To make your own twirling flag, you will need a pipe for a handle. This is just a basic plain plastic pipe of the kind that you can buy in any DIY or hardware store. A piece of polyester. Okay. In order to get the right sound when you spin your flag, it is important that you use man-made materials. Okay. This polyester is quite shiny. It's quite cheap. So that's our actual flag. You'll need some scissors and double-sided sticky tape. The double-sided sticky tape is the problem ingredient. First of all, it's not available in every hardware shop. You can get it in craft shops like Hobbycraft and others like it, and it can be ordered online. Okay, the hard thing about it is the way that it's stored. Okay, it feels at first like it's just a normal piece of sellotape with a smooth side here and obviously a sticky side underneath. If you can separate the two, you end up with your smooth backing coming off, and that is the double-sided sticky tape part. Okay, this is really fiddly. It's really hard to get the backing off. That was a lucky fluke just then. And once you've got this tape off, it very easily sticks to itself, okay? So I'm going to show you the best method to apply this to the pole. I'm just going to pause and set that up a second. That's our flag made. Here's a quick note on the material that we've used, okay? As I said at the start, I recommend you use polyester because it's lightweight and it gives that fantastic, let's see if I can do it, gives that fantastic sound. Also, the pole that we use is very lightweight as well. It becomes different to using the staff. When I did the class on staff making and spinning, I was talking about how we use the weight of it a lot. With this, we use its lightness a lot, okay? Now, because we're going to be giving this quite a lot of movement, you'll be using it outdoors, you'll be using it in the wind, and also we want the ability to be able to make it go fast, okay? Because it's polyester, it will start to fray as you use it. You can see where it's frayed a bit there. What I've done is I got a lighter and I slightly singed each edge, okay, in order to seal it. So you can see there where that edge has been singed, okay, especially there. Okay, that just prevents it from fraying at the ends. There's obviously a bit I missed. If you choose to do that, make sure you have polyester, okay, because it's non-flammable. Don't try and singe the edge of natural fabrics. In fact, I don't recommend you use natural fabrics unless you're printing on them, okay? If you can, get someone to do that with you, preferably somebody over the age of 18, okay? And do it on the floor outside. Don't do it on your carpet or your kitchen table. Okay, so that's the way of sealing the edges of your fabric there. As I said earlier, the whole purpose of this is to be as lightweight as possible. This one that we've made is not very long, it's just that. There are other versions that you can make, and I'll show them to you now as we start to explore some of the work we can do with our flag. Okay, so we've just made a basic, very short flag. The real fun with this is, as I say, in the fact that it's quite lightweight. In the staff tutorial last week, I stressed that it was important to keep your hands like this on the staff, or like this as you move it around. With this lightweight material, you can start to do this kind of thing in between your thumb, okay, and really play with the fluid action of that. You weave in and out. We're still making the same basic shapes as we were making when we were working with the staff, okay? We're making a figure of 8 on its side, like that. We're making a circle in front and a circle behind, making as though we're drawing an X next to us. It's all the same kinds of patterns and visualizations, but you'll find them a lot easier with the flag. And also, like I said, because of its lightweightness, you can really start to play with that. The thing you're going to want to play with as well, especially if you've gone with the polyester material, is being able to go from working slowly to working fast. Okay? And you can do things like, if you've got this pattern, and you're doing quite well with that, you can have 2 hands, okay, and just starting to work. Our next iteration of the same object is the longer, bigger flag. So I've got about 1.5 meters with this. Obviously, you're using a lot more polyester there as well, okay? And with this, you can, as we were doing in the last one, having two hands on there, we're doing quite a smooth flow with that. It makes a bigger noise when you decide to go faster. Okay, and we can have a second flag with this. I've gone with a different colour there. These are left over from a previous show that we made. And then you can just start to really play with that. Keeping an eye on the shapes that you're making in the air. Keeping an eye try not to collide. Okay. And then the third iteration is two short flags taped together. Okay? And with this, I'm able to do, again, it's the same moves that we were doing with the staff. Passing behind, figure of 8 to the left-hand side, pass at the front, figure of 8 on the right-hand side. So there's a pattern I want to teach you, and if I try and teach it to you with the flags, it'll just look really, really confusing, okay? So I'm going to swim in the air to try and demonstrate this to you. It's basically a pattern you're doing already. You're doing a big X in front of you with one hand, like that, okay? You're doing it with both hands, like that, okay? You're trying to do two at the same time. So here, and then there's a bit where you have to cross. Okay? I'm going to show you this from the side. And the other side. And from the front again. This is the tricky bit here. Okay? You're not doing, you're doing this with one hand, you're doing this with the other hand, okay? You're not doing this. Okay? You're not doing them both at the same time. You're trying to go 1, 2. So you start one and you start the other one very soon after it. Okay? That will take quite a bit of practice. You can practice that with, behold, long socks with tennis balls inside them, or hacky sacks, actually. These ones. Long socks with balls inside them. You can use them to swing like that. You can use them like that. Or you can practice what we've just been learning. Try and do that as slow as possible. Okay? These will be your friend. They can help you visualize and learn all of the patterns that you use with staff and that you use with flags. Okay, so you've practiced your double X pattern with socks with hacky sacks inside them. You practice it with your arms. So always go back to trying to practice with your flags as well, okay? So I'm going to do these two quite big flags. I've taken longer to teach you this move because it's sort of the crowd pleaser, really. So I'm holding at a 3/4 point here, and we're using exactly the same pattern as we just practiced. There from the side. Okay. The joy of working with flags is that you can go really, really experimental with being quite freestyle with it, working with the flow with it. You can spin it in your hand, you can decide to hold the grip tight. You can have a lot of fun with it. They're cheap and easy to make, and they look great outdoors as well. Okay, I hope you've had as much fun as I've had doing these classes. The rest of the out of doors program from Arts Active is fantastic. I've been looking at some of the videos. Really hope you've enjoyed the project, and I hope you have fun with your staffs and flags. Thanks very much for watching.